in there. He's a hard bastard.
What do you want, kid?
You know those TV ideas? Well, I've got a few.
You. Postboy.
Please?
You've got 2 minutes. Shoot.
OK. It's a talent show, a nationwide search to find a wannabe pop star. There's auditions, some good, some mental. The audience vote to find a singer who has the X Factor. I'm thinking of calling it...
Singers with a certain je ne sais quoi. I'm way ahead of you. It's a catchy title. But the idea's shit.
Next. What about a chat show with me as the host? Alan Carr, Chatty man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've seen the future of chat. And it ain't you. Let me introduce you to... the Presentatron 2000. 29 innuendos, dry quips, and breezy chat. The height of engineering excellence.
But on my chat show, I was going to have a globe from which I gave my guests ironic drinks.
We're already ahead of you.
Who wants a Lambrini?
But can it do camp? Can it?
Oh, what am I like?
Time's up, kiddo. Talk to me. Homes under the MC hammer? Love it. This calls for a celebration. Let yourself out, kiddo.
And the Bombay mix.
Get your own act.
Ridicule is nothing to be scared of. Prince Charming, yes! Welcome to Alan Ant's Chatty Man 80 special! How's the makeup look? I don't look like a slag, do I? Yes, wicked, just how I want it. What a decade it was. You might think I'm too young to remember the 80s. Yeah. But trust me, when you've been hung from the school football post by your My Little Pony leg warmers, you never forget. The 80s are longer ago than you think. They are. Lady Gaga wasn't even in beef nappies. Oh, the fashion. Do you remember the fashion from the 80s? Yeah. The shoulder pads. Big. Every time I drive past the Angel of the North, I get flashbacks of my mum doled up for a fondue party. You had the gender bending, men that look like women, and women that look like men, and Pete Burns. And what about the music in the 80s? Everyone was into breakdancing. Rolling around on the floor, on the backs. My nan had a seizure in Spud You Like and ended up getting cast in the Beastie Boys video, honestly. All the ravers had those big yellow smiley faces on their shirts. Do you remember that? If you don't remember them, just think Eamon Holmes with jaundice. It's a joke. How big were the mobile phones back then? They were massive. If you can't imagine it, they were like Tom Cruise holding an iPhone now. What a show we have for you tonight. Yes. He was raising cattle on his parents' farm in the 80s, but it's his performance in Lost that gave me the long horn. Yes, Hollywood star Matthew Fox will be here. Also here tonight, a singer who's so young that to her the 80s isn't an era, but the temperature range to boil wash her old leggings from The Voice. Yes, Jessie J! will be chatting and performing. And I'll be joined all night by my house band of 80s music legends. This is the first time they have ever performed on stage together. So please, go nuts, go wild, and give it up for George Michael, Boy George, and Sonia. That's amazing, isn't it? Really is. And thank you so much for being here. You know, better than being in prison, I'll tell you that for nothing. Sonia, you haven't aged. Thanks, love. Who's driving home? Not you, George, no. Someone else to go. But first, unlike dealy boppers, batwing jumpers and crimped hair, these are two things from the 80s who will never go out of style. It's Jools Holland and Suggs!
To be here.
That was amazing. Give it up for my house band, everybody. Thank you. That's like later with Jools Holland, isn't it?
Is that, it could have been me last night. In fact, is that me? No,
No, we get George Michael and Boy George, and if you buy both of them together, you get Sonia free.
Great.
Bog off.
Shut up, you gay twat.
And can I just say, Sade was meant to be here tonight, but she's got the shits. But get well soon, Sade. Honestly, it's such an amazing 80s special. Got all these 80s. It's wonderful. Now, what can I get you to drink from my special 80s glow?
I think I'll have a mullet, please.
A mullet? Lovely. I don't think I've got a mullet. Do you want some heroin? That's very 80s.
Yes.
Just the one, I'm driving. I've got AIDS, I've got cherry aid, orange aid, limeade. What do you want?
I'll stick to the Cinzano, I think.
Oh, OK, wicked. Oh, we're going to have so much fun. Help yourself to food. We've got Viennetta.
Prawn cocktail.
Prawn
my
cocktail.
favourite, yes.
Yeah, have a bit. And there's bird's eye potato waffles.
Lovely.
They're waffly versatile.
Bacon, grill and fry them, eat them, yeah.
Now, we've got to talk about the 80s. You were there, weren't you? Yeah. What was it like for you?
Well, the 80s was very much like the 70s and the 90s, but sort of between the two.
Oh, God! I feel like I'm there.
Yeah. Yes, and there was a lot of great music, wasn't there?
There's a lot of great music. I mean, it was a mixture of stuff, wasn't it? Because, of course, the clichés is the big hair, there's gigantic brick-like telephones, square shoulders, dynasty, black leather, everything.
Yeah.
But there were other things going on too, for sure. Yes. Like Madness, for instance.
Madness.
I'm still are. I'm happy, very happy.
Yeah.
I love you too.
Is that your mum?
I told you to wait in the van.
No, because obviously I was growing up in the 80s, so, like, for me, that whole decade, I mean, like, struggling with my sexuality, I was getting bullied at school. I mean, the 80s, doing this show is just like one big shitty flashback. This programme's like one big kick in the balls, do you know what I mean? And they were going, oh, yeah, leg warmers, Betamax. Here's me self-harming, thinking, Christ. I get confused with all the gender bending that went on. Because there was, like, men pretending to be women and women pretending to be men. Did you
Yes.
feel that?
That was the first time, though, I think that was happening on the television. See, for instance...
Oh, yeah.
For instance, on the Tube programme, people like Boy George would come on, and he'd make it all right for everybody to make you not worry. So you could be in your... Where was it? Where were you living then?
Northampton.
Northampton. You could be in Northampton and think, actually, hang on, it's all right to be like this because...
What?
There's a bloke on the television like that. That's right.
You're having a laugh!
Yeah.
Not in Northampton, my God!
Yeah, well, the signal wasn't
You
TV,
get gay bashed if you wear a bloody loafer. Let alone dressing up like bloody Boy George. I mean, because gender bending, you never knew who was a man, who was a woman. You had to, like, follow them to the toilet and see which one they used. If they used a disabled one, you were like, damn you. How come there hasn't been anyone since Bowie or Boy George to be androgynous? Why don't we have any of that anymore?
I don't know, but it was interesting. You're right. I remember going to that club, the Blitz, it was called, which was where all the new romanticism was kicking off, and it was a very confusing environment for a young man like myself. I was not 100%, but I was sort of 99.9% sure of my own sexual derivation, and
Really?
and which cubicle I was going to go in. I do remember that Boy George was the cloakroom attendant, and he had a bit of a to-do with my missus, which involved him saying he was going to break her necklace, and her saying to him, well, if you do, I'm going to pull your wig off.
No way!
And unfortunately, both things did, in fact, ensue.
I'd like to be androgynous, and I tried to, but I look like a dinner lady, to be honest.
Without being mean, I mean, I think being skinny helps. I'm not, for instance, saying I am.
Oh, it's just like the 80s again. Like being... And you can talk, we go to the same gym.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up,
Yeah,
because...
we go to the same gym.
I must go. It's doing such a great job.
Work-wise, the 80s was an amazing decade, wasn't it? Madness were everywhere, Squeeze were massive, and Jools, you were hosting the coolest show on TV, The Tube.
That was an incredible time. I mean, and that was... do you know, there's a documentary on later this evening.
Yes.
Maybe you'd... Well, and I saw it today, funnily enough. I hadn't seen it, but I saw it. And it is great. And it spanned a lot of that music, like the amazing things like Suggs, but it also had all the sort of comedy that was coming up at the time, the comic strip and the young ones, all that. Vic Reeves, it all sort of all mashed up together somehow into what now, looking back, appears to be a time.
And you hosted it with Paula Yates.
Paula was fantastic. Also, it was for the first time, you see, if I may say so, we opened the floodgates for swearing, like we have now on the television.
Yeah.
And also, people
like,
just...
like I'm the face of profanity. Thank you.
And we opened the door for it to be all right to be yourself on television. You didn't have to pretend to be somebody else. And Paula was a very good example of that. And the whole show was that. It was genuinely spontaneous. It wasn't sort of contrived, which was great. And I think that was the beginnings of all that, you know.
And I'm not being rude. I mean, you'll admit it yourself. I mean, your presenting skills, both of you at the beginning, I mean...
Absolutely. I mean, rubbish would be a compliment.
Yeah. It actually looked like you'd won a competition.
We had. We had. And they liked us because we were so rubbish. We thought we'd been booked because we were really good, but they liked it because it was so chaotic.
Fresh is the word.
Fresh. Say, what I mean, rubbish? It was fresh.
It wasn't staid and it wasn't boring and it was good. But it was a great thing to go on, anyway, if you were going to ask me that at some point.
What about you, love? I was getting to you.
Because the train would set off from Newcastle, I mean, from London to Newcastle, and all the bands and all the comedians, everyone that was coming from London would be on that one train. So it sort of kicked off first thing as you got on the train, and it didn't stop until the wee small hours of the following day.
Because we'd all have to... That was the other thing, because it was in we'd all have to be in Newcastle the night before.
That's it,
That was what was great, because unlike this show, which is very nice, but Suggs and I meet here, we pop in, maybe afterwards we'll have a light ale. Who can tell? But with that show, we were there the night before, and everybody had gone up together, and then say everybody has it large, don't they? Obviously.
And there was the pub next door. What was that pub? It was a terrific pub next door.
Oh, with Jimmy, the
I
landlord.
walked into, and Noddy Older from Slade was standing at the bar, you know, as often was the case when you went to the Tube. There'd be some crazy character.
It was fantastic. And the pub next door had Jimmy, the landlord, who was a really dour, Newcastle bloke who must have been about 60 then, I suppose, and he didn't know who anybody was. And one time we took Miles Davis in there after the show, and he had his trumpet in a case under his... And everybody was, oh, Mr Davis, would you come? And he was amazed, like Miles Davis, I mean, the greatest legend of all time. As soon as we come in the door, Jimmy, because he wouldn't allow any music in there, that's how gloomy he was, he says, he's not playing that in here.
Miles Davis? My God.
But it was great.
So what was it like in this pub? Because I can imagine the queue for the men's toilet must have been as long as the women's because of all men putting on their makeup. You must be knocking on the door saying, come on, I'm dying for a shit. Like, no, Bono's crimping his perm, piss off.
Yeah, it was that, really, exactly, yes. Yeah, you must have been there.
Yeah. So was it debauch? Was it proper, like...
Really, what? Rome before it fell, I'd say.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Indeed, yes. I remember fiddling me way out of a lot of situations there, yeah. From what I remember in the hotel after the show, Jools was kind of like the sun around which all the other planets revolved. He'd be sitting at the piano with a cigar on the go and maybe a soupçon of brandy as people fell over sofas and collided and collapsed on top of each other.
Dressed in lingerie.
Exactly.
That's right. That's
and
how
you
I
were just
remember it.
playing the background music to the debauchery that was swirling around the piano.
Occasionally somebody would turn up in their pants and sing a song. Exactly. That's what I remember you doing. It was lovely.
I'm surprised I still have my pants on.
Happy days.
Happy days.
We have a clip here. This is Suggs and the rest of Madness performing on the Tube. Who doesn't love a bit of madness? I think you'll agree, it's like catnip at a wedding, isn't it? Even if, like, you're face down in the wedding cake going, I wish I was dead, you hear baggy trousers. It's like musical defibrillators. You're like... It just does something to you, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, it gets you up. It's got the spirit. It's the spirit of... Whoa.
British spirit. 80s spirit.
Now, I do hear from various people along the way, you know, dads at weddings saying, and their kids, more importantly, saying they're completely freaked out because they've never, ever seen their dad dance before. And suddenly, in the middle of this wedding, he's up there pumping his arms up and down and leaping about.
I know, it's weird.
It's a bit scary.
Yeah. That and Come On Eileen, isn't it? That's another one.
That's right. You know, you create that music when you're young and it's still hanging around a bit later on and earning you a living. I'm not complaining about it at all.
Hey, listen, you're playing Northampton on Sunday, aren't you?
How do you know that?
Well, no, I was looking up your dates.
Well, this is a tribute to you. We're going to go up there and we're going to beat up all those blokes who picked on you when you...
Yes! Here, Jools. I've got a couple of balaclavas. Let's both go up there and help out. Come on, let's have it. And you're on tour with a Spice Girl.
Well, that's right. Melanie C's out with us. Because, you know, we love a lot of this music from the 80s, but, of course, it's great music.
Yeah.
Like Suggs. Like Madness is timeless.
Yeah.
That comes from a time, but it's timeless.
Yeah.
And so I think, so we'll be out on tour with my orchestra. I'm the only man left with a big band, I think, now.
Yeah.
That goes out all the time.
I'm going to ask, you know, like... On the TV now, there's always, isn't there, like, DIY programmes, and how much royalties do you get from that? Because I'll have, like, oh, Brenda and John are knocking through the kitchen to make a breakfast bar. Our house in the middle of our street. You must be going ka-ching! How much money do you get?
A lot.
Yeah. But they're good to go on, yeah. It's such a good... Well, good luck with your tours, and thank you for coming on and talking. It's just been absolutely brilliant. And don't forget, Rewind the Tube's on straight after Chatty Man, and it's brilliant. You're going to love it. Enjoy Northampton, and good luck with LC. Thank you. Jools and Suggs, everyone! After the break, Matthew Fox and Jessie J will be here. See you in part 2. I'm Nathan B&L. Man 80s special. Jessie J will be here soon. First, though, he's the one fox who's welcome to bite through my bin bags any night he wants. It's the brilliant Matthew Fox! You come and go, you come and go. It would be easy if it was for life I free. My lovely house band, thank you very much. Wonderful, weren't they brilliant? Fantastic. Oh, yeah. Be there.
Come on!
It's not about you today, George. Just zip it, put a spliff in it. Right, what can I get you to drink, love?
How about a gin and tonic? Hendrix, with a little bit of Schweppes and like a twist of mint.
What about Baby Sham? You haven't
I'll
seen
give
this show, have you?
You...
All we have is shit.
All right, well, I'll take whatever is the best shit.
Oh, Baby Sham is good shit. It's true, isn't it? I nearly had to change from Adamant to Gabrielle. I nearly lost an eye. Now, you know I don't normally dress like this because it's an 80s show. Cheers, love.
Really?
Yes. What were you like in the 80s? What was you doing?
Well, I grew up in Wyoming,
Right.
which is a really remote part of the United States of America, and I was going to high school and listening to really some bad music and playing around with my brothers and doing crazy shit.
Doing crazy shit?
Yeah.
Did you wear makeup like this?
No, not that kind of crazy shit. No.
No.
I mean, you know, burning things and...
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Not living things, just like...
No, we were all pyromaniacs. I grew up on a ranch, so we were
I
always sort of
see. I
lighting
get
things
it
on
now,
fire and setting
yeah.
off dynamite and that kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God, wow.
Yeah.
We've got a picture of you at your school prom.
Oh, no.
Look at this, look at that. Now, that is you on the right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if that's you on the left, there's a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah. That qualifies as a mullet.
What, her?
No, what? Both of us.
This is what I looked like in the 80s. Look at that. Someone wolf whistled. What sicko? My teeth look like they're having a party, don't they? Is it true? You didn't have a TV when you were growing up?
No. My dad was kind of opposed to television. He was really pro-books. I mean, he wasn't so much anti-television. He was just very much into us reading. And then my grandfather gave us a television when I was 15, which really pissed him off. But, yeah, so...
What was it like when you first got your telly? Did it blow your mind?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Me and my brothers spent a lot of time watching the sports that my old man would let us watch and some programs.
Did you ever, like, look behind the telly and try to grab the people like a caveman?
It was special, but it wasn't quite that special.
We're just checking, you never know. You fell into acting by accident. You originally wanted to become a banker because you saw the film Wall Street.
Yeah, saw Wall Street. Thought I was going to make a bunch of money and do what a lot of the kids going to Columbia and New York City did, which was, go down and work on Wall Street.
Oh, because you watched Wall Street? Mind you, I wanted to become a prostitute after watching Pretty Woman. I did.
So?
Now, I feel bad because I'm dressed up like this, but obviously we've got to talk about your new film, which I saw.
Yeah, let's
Emperor.
do. Uh-huh.
It's out next month, and it's set in Japan, and it's a story from World War II that we don't really hear about, do we?
I don't think so. I mean, I certainly didn't know very much about this period of time. Most of my consciousness about World War II was focused on what was going on in Europe and, you know, in Germany and the horror of all that. And I feel like this period of time and how the conflict between the U.S. and the Japanese came to an end, and it was really interesting to me, and I felt very excited to be a part of it. And it was a really good experience.
Because at the end of World War II, your character had to decide whether to charge the Emperor of Japan with war crimes, didn't he, really?
Well, it was that, yeah, originally, I mean, that mission was given to MacArthur by Washington. Washington gave him essentially like 3 weeks to round up all the war criminals, put them on trial, and make a determination of what they were going to do about Emperor Hirohito. Because nobody really knew how culpable he was in giving direct orders for Pearl Harbor and how much he was involved in the declaration of war to start with. So my character in the film has 10 days to make this decision, and takes it with a huge amount of respect. It feels an enormous amount of pressure to make the right decision.
Yeah. Let's have a look at a clip. This is Matthew in the trailer for Emperor.
The president has given me all of 10 days to conduct an investigation into the Emperor's role in the war. If I put him on trial, I could be setting a spark to a powder keg. If I arrest the Emperor, I'll face mass suicides, possibly open revolt.
If you want to save the Emperor, I need proof. Did the Emperor order the attack on Pearl Harbor?
You incinerated 2 of our cities. Justice should be served.
Revenge is not the same thing as justice.
I don't care what you have to do. Bring me the Emperor.
Really good, really good. I've got to ask you, have you been to Tokyo? Because I've always wanted to go there, and everyone goes, oh, it's like going to the future. Is that true?
It feels that way to me. It feels sort of like, it always makes me think of Blade Runner.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you know, it's sort of incredibly urban.
I can't wait to go there, really.
Yeah, yeah. That's what it makes me think of when I go there.
Can you go anywhere in the world without lost fans coming up to you asking what the hell was going on? Come on.
I haven't found that place yet.
No.
No.
Was there any time when you're reading the script going, what the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. I was very much a fan of the show, but just got it through the scripts, and yeah, I felt that way a lot and didn't know where it was headed.
Yeah.
But I loved the way that it ended. I know a lot of people were not so happy with it, but I was very pleased.
Yeah. Do you ever get the impression people are like typing it going, this is good shit? Did you find... I
Fair enough. Yeah, it's possible.
Anyway, good luck with the film.
Thank you. Thank you
When's
very much.
it out? When's it out?
October 4th, it's out.
Maggie Fox, everyone! After the break, Jessie J will be here. See you in part 3. Welcome back to my Chatty Man 80s special. She'll be performing for us later, but first, she's the Mrs. Thatcher of pop who wasn't afraid of a drastic cut, but in her judge's seat on The Voice was a lady who definitely was for turning. It's the amazing Jessie J! Thank you to my 80s band.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Thank you.
Welcome to the 80s.
Thanks, this is nice.
Let's get some drinks going. What do you fancy? Pina colada?
What's that fizzy stuff over there?
Limeade?
Yeah, limeade.
You really want some of this?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Yeah, but I got you these, because I'll have a pina colada. You have that, because I
Just
saw you
this.
in Rio.
Oh, with a coconut?
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Aww.
Let me just pour you limeade.
Thanks.
It's nice, isn't it?
I'm living the dream.
Now get yourself
And a straw.
What did you make of Rio? Did you like it?
It was amazing.
But-
Yeah,
and
no,
they're
it's
fit
amazing.
as well, Brazilians, aren't they?
Oh, yeah?
They are fit. Even the tramps, you're like, woof. Oh. And they walk around in bikinis
No,
and
honestly.
thongs. And, oh, seriously.
Everybody wears a thong.
Yeah.
Everyone.
You go to the supermarket
Yeah.
and there's like a woman, honestly, it's like a Benny Hill sketch. She's picking 2 melons and she's got this bikini and I'm like, whoa,
No,
not
it is.
Right. And so you're over there doing a gig.
Yeah, I did Rock in Rio, which was amazing. It was like 125,000 people.
No way.
Yeah, it was like probably the biggest gig live amount of people I've ever done. Alicia Keys was there, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce did the night before.
You ran a competition for a fan to design your stage outfit.
Yeah, I did.
So why did you choose this one as the winner?
Question.
No, just talk me through it. I'm intrigued about the green vagina. I mean, it's got a built-in camel toe.
That's exactly what I wanted. It was on the brief. I was like, yeah, can I have a camel hoof lime-coloured crutch?
Yeah.
Tick.
I'll have to ask my house band. Would you like ever wear anything like that? No, I'd rather go back to prison than be seen in that. George! I'd have to be really off my face. George, just ignore them. Now, I haven't seen you since you shaved all your hair off.
Ta-da.
Yeah, look at it. Can I just touch it?
Yeah, it's very crispy.
Crispy?
Yeah, it's like a meringue.
Yeah, it is like a meringue.
It's like, so it doesn't move.
Yeah.
Because my hair's
How
like...
can it move? It's that short.
No, trust me, it grows. My hair's really thick, and now I've cut it all off. Like, on stage,
Yeah.
I'll come off, I look like a fluffy duck.
How much money did you raise? Because you shaved it off for comic relief.
Yeah, well, I saw Richard Curtis, the founder, about 3 weeks ago, and he said they've now raised altogether over 100 million, which is the most they've ever done.
Round of applause.
So I'm so happy that I did it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because there was the conspiracy theory that you had nits and stuff like that. I don't know who makes these stories up. I mean, it's just bang out of order. Have you been getting more offers since you had it done?
What kind of offers?
People want to dip your straw in your coconut. You know what I mean?
I think I'm more approachable. I think I became a bit of a cartoon character with the bob and the pale skin, and I kind of let too many people have a say on my look. And as soon as I kind of took control back and saw some photos and was like, it wasn't fancy dress, Jess. I kind of felt like I looked more soft and more like me. I feel like more like me now.
Yeah. American, I'm well enough here, that's beautiful. You said you're too busy for a relationship, but you want kids.
That doesn't work, does it?
I was going to say, someone has to break it to you, love.
Yeah. So it works like this. There's a straw and a coconut.
So now, how's it going to work?
All in good time. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say to me, like, what's your biggest dreams in life? And obviously everyone has their career, but their personal dreams too. And I do want to be a mum one day. But I have to find someone. And it's really hard when there's no fit people in the airport. Why are good-looking people not go on holiday?
Because you're being shagged properly.
Yeah, not by me, sadly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but no, all in good time. I'm very focused on my career and...
Oh, OK, well, it's going so well and everything.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be time for a kid. And you got a dog, haven't ya? They're harder to look after than a bloody baby.
I'm going to be careful how I answer this, because I don't want people... Jessie J dates her dog.
Is he toilet trained?
He is now.
Yeah.
He had his moments where he wasn't. And he pooed everywhere.
Oh.
Tom Jones, his dressing room.
How do you know it wasn't Tom, though? Oh, no, I'm joking. We love Tom. Does he ever... You know, because you wear a lot of leopard skin print, does he
Does
ever...
he panic or attack me?
No, does he ever think you're his mother?
Well, I suppose he does think I'm his mum, because I picked him up when he was 8 weeks old. Oh. And obviously their biggest thing is their scent.
He doesn't try to suckle you or anything?
No, he
It
does not
happened
try
to me.
to
It
suckle
happened to
me.
me once. Thank you. A petting zoo. Thank you. No, I was bending over and this goat. Anyway, it's a long story. Seriously. Thank you.
But no, we are not dating. I've never had sex with my dog.
Chatty Man exclusive. Now, your new album, Alive, is out next week. You wrote... Yes, I know. I love those hoop earrings.
Thank you.
You wrote it in 5 weeks.
I did, yeah. Over 5 weeks was the amount of studio time I had over a year.
Yeah.
So, like, I kind of put the days together and realised that I wrote this album in 5 weeks. The first one was nearly 7 years, so it was a big change, yeah. I just basically write about my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything that's on the album is very honest and very true, but obviously my life's very different now, you know?
Yeah,
like, it's
yeah.
completely different from when I wrote the first album, but I kind of just exaggerate moments in my life and make them into songs.
Dizzy Rascal, Big Sean and Brandy all
Yes.
appear on it. Have you gone all brap for us?
Imagine. The inside rocker. That's the intro to the album. Why did you spread your legs when I did that?
Because I wanted to do the butterfly.
Oh, wow. Butterfly? Who taught you that?
Rihanna taught me the butterfly and the
Amazing.
dirty wine. Thank you. Funny, that's the noise my thighs make when I do it.
No, I mean, having Brandy, there's a duet with myself and Brandy. She's one of my favourite singers of all time, and yeah, I feel very, very lucky to have her on the album.
You're touring America with Robin Thicke.
Yes.
Next year.
Yes.
Now, we're not going to see you scratching your tuppence with a sponge finger, are we?
No. Oh.
I mean, I hear he's highly sexed.
I'm actually shooting a video of Robin next week.
Oh, my God. Take some mace, that's all I can say. He's on my show. He's coming on my show.
He's
in a
amazing.
couple
He's
of
such
weeks.
a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
Well, I've heard all these rumours. I've had a chub lock put on my dressing room. It's thick. I'll say, how thick? No one. What did you make of all the Miley Cyrus business at the VMAs? Are you pro or anti-twerking?
I think I'm... Oh, no. OK.
I get this feeling you're editing yourself.
Yeah. I think... OK, so it's a weird subject because I don't actually... I don't know, I don't find it funny or anything. I actually find it quite sad. No, I do. I find it sad. I think it's... She's really young. And... I don't know, I feel like I know how hard it is to break away from a character that the world have created.
Yeah,
And I think people want to meet Hannah Montana, and she's not Hannah Montana.
No.
She's Miley Cyrus, but she's
She's
still...
Hannah Las Vegas.
Yeah, she's very young still. She's only 20, and I just feel like, yeah, I just think... I don't think it should have been as celebrated as it was, in my opinion. I know I've been there, though. I remember when Dude came out, everyone was like, whoa, you know, and so I understand that sometimes you do things and you go, I've done it now. There's no way of testing in the public until you do it.
No.
Whether you know it's wrong or right. And sometimes you convince yourself that something's right and then you watch it back and go, really?
Yeah.
But I just hope that people around her are guiding her in the right way because, yeah.
Yeah. Well said, well said.
No, I think she's great, though. I do. I just really... Her new song, I think, is amazing. Wrecking Ball is amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, we've got to take a break there, Jessie.
Okay.
Join us again in a couple of minutes when Jessie will be chatting and performing. See you in part 4. Welcome back to part 4 of my Chatty Man 80s special. Look who's still here. It's only Jessie, Bloom and Jade. Now, you like tweeting.
Yes.
And your Instagram and all your photos.
Yes.
But, obviously, if you don't like Twitter, I should tell you about the Chatty Man CFAX page, which...
Amazing.
If you don't remember the 80s, and CFAX was sort of like Twitter, but shit. It's got exclusive backstage chat and pictures. And If you want to know what the weather is, there you go. Page 455, you can't miss it, OK? Now, I've got to ask you about The Voice. You're not doing it this series.
No.
Oh. Why have you...
Someone's like, woo! Get your Saturday nights back. Woo!
Oh, well, I mean, that must be great, getting your Saturday nights back.
There I am, looking really serious.
Yes, yes.
That doesn't even look like me. It's really weird.
No,
it
is funny how you've changed.
It is strange, though. I see myself dark hair and I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
I literally just cannot... I'm too busy. I have to do my tour, so I had to prioritise, and for me, my music is always my priority. I wouldn't have been on the show had I not had an album out, so...
There was always stories in the paper making out that you were a diva backstage.
That's me being a diva. That's as diva as
I
it
know.
gets.
I'm not just saying it because you're here, but you were probably the least diva person.
Yeah.
Did that just get on your nerves, people? Because I know they tried to stir up shit, but was that a reason why you're like, oh, I don't think I can be bothered with this?
It did get ridiculous to a point where I was like, where are they creating this from?
Yeah.
Like, that I demanded 30 chairs in my dressing room. Why would I need to do that unless I had a kids' party? You know what I mean? Like, it was weird, and like, I was late. I was never late. I was always the first there. Not naming names who was last. Will. But yeah, I am myself, and...
Well, you did have to come in from Mars.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
On my way.
Yeah. Like, car parking space is a circle on the roof. Spaceship to land. But no, I loved being on the show, and you do have to always get the bad with the good, and what show has never had that female diva? Talisa got it, Kelly Rowland's had it, Nicole's had it, I've had it, Kylie's gonna get it.
Yeah.
You know? And Kylie's the sweetest person ever, so who knows what they're gonna make up about her.
So how do you think as Kylie's your replacement?
I think it's amazing that Kylie's doing it. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what she brings. I thought you were going to put a picture up then. Every time I say Kylie, another picture... There it is. The picture comes up.
I thought you had a lazy eye. I didn't want to mention it.
But no, I think she's going to be great. I hope that she's tough, though.
Yeah.
I hope that she's critical, because that's what I want to be replaced with as well, because I felt like I was the most honest.
Yeah, we don't want nice Kylie.
No.
We want bitch Kylie.
Constructive Kylie.
Yeah. But I think, you know... I love Kylie's ass. And I just think it's a waste to be on that chair.
But please, I hope that they play I'm spinning around. And she goes round every time. She'll be like, I'm spinning around.
Yeah, showing her ass. I'm spinning around. I love it. Good luck with Alive.
Thank you.
When's it out?
23rd of September.
23rd of September?
Yes.
Oh, I can't wait, I can't wait. You're going to perform for us now?
I am.
Yeah, you go and get ready. You warm up, my love. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Jessie.
Mwah,
mwah. Jessie J, everyone. That's it for tonight's show. A massive thank you to Jools Holland, Suggs, Matthew Fox, and, of course, the wonderful Jessie J. Don't miss next week's show when heavyweight boxing champ David Hay, Rihanna, and Justin Timberlake will be dropping by for my 100th Chatty Man special. But now with It's My Party, it's Jessie J!
you.